Thank you, leaders. Once again, I want to say thank you for taking this project. It's a very exciting project like the one that we did last year. We did an amazing project with Leader Baloyi, which is a project of WhatsApp Marathon. It was so motivational. And I tell you, on the 1st of Jan, we still carried the same speed which we used to launch our December. And as 1st of Jan, the first thing Mr. Baloyi was looking for was a meeting. And in that meeting, we started with our goal setting. And we have about 10 habits that we decided to make them a mantra, to mantralize them, so that they can be our ingredients, just like these flowers, just like these herbs, just like these plants, they have ingredients. And we noticed that with the herbs, the ingredients that they have is their life, because the herbs are alive, and the ingredients that they have is their character. So we have a lot to learn from them. The reason why I say we have a lot to learn from them is they don't change in their ingredients. And the other thing about the herbs are alive. God created the herbs the same as he did with us. And, they carry the life. And they have never fallen away from the life that they carry. We are the only ones who fell away from the characteristics that we carry, but the herbs, they didn't. The fact that herbs can heal, you need to know that they carry healing in themselves. And that also means that they are healed. I don't know if you thought about that. If a herb can heal you, it also means that the herb is healed. If there is a cow, maybe, or any herbivorous animals that are grazing, they graze and they cause scars to the herbs, and those herbs, they recover quickly. And that is why they carry the healing, is because they are healed. And we need to learn from them, and also we need to have our ingredients and carry our ingredients, and not have one day our ingredients are lower, the other day our ingredients are higher. And we looked at our ingredients and we said that at this time, we are making a decision as a team that we will have 10 ingredients that we will keep with us that are going to be our success habits, because success is a habit. Then we started with the one of vision, that which I say Mr. Baloyi gave to us. And when we started with the one of the vision, it is the vision and goal setting. And after that, we have the one of adaptability, that we must learn to be adaptable with times and seasons. And then the third one, after adaptability, we had the one of giving value, like what I'm doing right now. We have the one of giving value, that we need to give value to our downlines, to our customers. And we also said we need to be persistent. We need to be resilient. That is the fourth ingredient that we have. And the fifth one, we said we need to have personal development. We need to have a growth mindset. The sixth one, we said we need to have mentorship and support. And the seventh one, we said that we need to have time management, which is effective. And the eighth one, we said that we must be consistent with our content creation. And the ninth one, we said that we need to have emotional intelligence. We need to have empathy, understand where our customers come from. And the 10th one, we said that we need to focus on education. Now, if we have those as our ingredients, the question is, are we consistent with our ingredients just like these herbs? And I hope you will give me a feedback. Maybe I must just get a feedback from the first story that we did yesterday. Did it make sense? Because we did a presentation, and after the presentation, we had that 3-minute story. I think it was it 3 minutes? I think it was 3 minutes, yeah, 3.5 minutes. And then we posted it on TikTok. Any feedback from that story? Okay. I take it like you hear me, even if you don't answer me. I hope you are hearing me. And I also take it that the people that are here today, mostly they are people who are at work because I'm not getting any feedback. So, but if there is a feedback that you are able to give to me about yesterday, can you just confirm first and foremost if you can hear me? Maybe I'm talking alone, you are no longer hearing me.
We are still here, Leader Bantu.
Okay, okay. Now today I noticed that. I noticed that everybody today is at work because I'm not getting any response. But is there anyone who managed to look at the TikTok and the one that we did yesterday?
Yes, I saw it, Leader Bantu.
Okay. Maybe I will ask for the feedback later. We are doing our second story today, and our story today is about the herbs. And I decided to say the herbs are coming home, and this is the Christmas reunion. That is my story today, which I will be designing. This is the meeting of the herbs. They came together and they said that we have a problem. It looks like we are no longer included in the Christmas celebrations. They said that the only herb, which is not even a herb, that is only included in the Christmas celebration, is the Christmas tree. But with us, we are no longer part of the Christmas celebrations. You know, we have been excluded. And we are going to look at the fallout, what made it that we and the herbs separated. You know, we need to look at that. We are going to look at that because the herbs are saying they want to return. They want to come back home. They want to be part of the Christmas. And like you know, we have given them, you know, personalities. And yesterday we were doing the herbs that were mainly on the eyes. But today I decided that we do all the herbs, the main herbs, the 10 main herbs that are in most of our plants that are in most of our lozenges. We are only going to look at the 10 main herbs, which we find in most of the lozenges that we buy. The reason is when we approach from the herbs, you are able to understand the customer when they have certain things that they are talking about, and you're also able to understand your product, that this is how I'm going to communicate my product to the customer. And we decided that there are certain herbs that we need to know, and we are going to make them as a story so that we cannot forget them. So that we must not only mentalize them, but we must emotionalize them. To emotionalize a teaching, it means you are part of the teaching. That is why the movies, we can watch movies for 6 to 7 hours without getting tired. But when we mentalize things, you can only sit for about 45 minutes and you say, I'm tired, I need a break. But when you're watching a movie, you are watching a story, which is the old way of teaching education. In the long time ago, it was through stories. That is why with us, we had something in Sutu that is called Ditsumo, in Xhosa that is called Inzomi. You know, we had what is it in English? Those were the approaches that were used to give us education. And in the times of the Bible, I think you saw that in the Bible, even when Jesus Christ was teaching, he used to teach by giving parables, you know, and that is what we had. And in Europe, they called them maybe the legend. Those were the ways of educating people a long time ago. They had to put them inside that kind of story so that they will not forget them. And we are taking back that way of education, and we are saying, let us take these herbs, let us give them personalities, you know, just like Inzomi, you know, just like the Tsumo, just like the legends, you know, just like the myths. Those were actually forms of education, and we are doing that again. with this story. Now, today, we are going to do a story that is saying that the herbs are coming home. And we are going to allow in this story that there is an introduction of those who decided to get into this meeting. They came together as the 10 major herbs around the world. And then the first one to speak was Ashwagandha. And then he said, greetings, friends. That is Ashwagandha that is speaking now. And then, greeting friends, I'm Ashwagandha, also known as Indian ginseng. I come from the rich, fertile soils of India, though I have a family scattered all across North Africa. I'm a child of Ayurveda, ancient Indian medicine. My roots are my pride, for they bring calm to anxious hearts and energy to weary souls. Human once turned to me in their darkest hours for resilience and vitality. But now I see their restless minds and tired bodies calling for me once again. My hope is to soothe their stress and remind them that, they have the strength within. That is Ashwagandha introducing herself to the meeting. And after that, chamomile, we also had chamomile yesterday. You know, ashwagandha shows the resilient. That is the character of ashwagandha. Chamomile is the diplomatic peacemaker. We remember about chamomile. I am chamomile, a humble flower from the rolling meadows of Europe. My petals have whispered lullabies to sleepless minds and comforted aching hearts for centuries. My family thrives in the wilds of Germany, Egypt, and beyond. I bring calm to chaos and healing to wounds, both seen and unseen. Humans one held me close, steeping my flowers in warm water for moments of peace. Now I long to return to their homes and hearts, so they may find stillness and in a restless world. That is Chamomile introducing herself in this meeting. And then the third one was turmeric. Hello, I am turmeric, the golden spice of life. My roots run deep in the tropical soils of India and Southeast Asia. I belong to the ginger family. Though I shine with a golden hue, humans called me the healer, the protector, and even the golden milk companion. I fight inflammation and ignite rejuvenation, but lately I have been forgotten, pushed aside for fleeting comforts. I yearn to return to the tables, bringing warmth and renewal to their lives. Now, these are the first three characters that we are going to have in our story today. Today, I am not going to struggle like yesterday. I was still learning how to put a story yesterday. I struggled a lot, but today I will not be struggling. Now, these are our first personified ingredients. They are saying that the tables of Christmas now are full of sugar. They are full of alcohol. They are full of processed foods. What happened? Why were we left behind, after a long time? And they say that they want to return. Now we are going to hear the next three, and I have also gathered some pictures there for us to understand how these look like. It's very funny that children today, they eat chicken. They only know that it's from Kentucky. They don't even know that it is slaughtered. They don't even know how it looks like. They think that, when you talk meat is from the hamburger, and it's not only the children, it is us as well. We have strayed away from our roots, from the thing that was the closest to us, which is the herbs. And I think some of us and many of us, they don't even know how the herbs look like. Can you see what is the picture of the ashwagandha?
Yes, leader.
Yes, sir. I see.
Drink some water. Some people cannot even pick it up, for people who grew up in the villages. They know where to pick the chamomile. They know how it looks. They know how the turmeric looks. you know, and it's very important for us to know how these things look. We must not be like children who just think that meat come from, you know, the beggar. You know, they don't even know that this thing is slaughtered. So we are exactly like that where we are right now. And let's go to the next slide. Now, the next slide, the three that are introducing themselves. The first one is Jingo Biloba. Jingo Biloba says, "Hi, I'm Jingo, the ancient tree from China, the land of wisdom and tradition. My lineage dates back millions of years, a living fossil. I nourish the brain, I sharpen the memory, and enhance the focus. Humans once trusted me to light up their minds and guide their decisions, yet they have grown distracted, losing touch with me and with themselves. It is time to reconnect so that they may remember who they truly are. We know that the people of the Chinese, you know, the Eastern people, you know, how they are able, you know, to have sharp memories and sharp minds. But for those of you who don't know the history, there was 100 years of occupation, which ended up as the Hong Kong side. Now, when they came, the British, they noticed that these people, they have a sharp mind. The only way that they could defeat them, they defeated them through the cocaine, because in those lands there was a lot of cocaine that was growing. That is how they defeated them. And after that, the people in the East, they decided to leave this powerful Biloba. And they started to use the things that are making their minds to go down, you know, that are making their minds not to be able to think as much as they used to think before. So now we are coming back to that. They are coming now back to the place where they say we can no longer allow, you know, occupiers to take something that is against us, you know. And I'm saying this because we know that in South Africa right now, we have got 60 million population, and 10 million of South Africans, most unfortunately, they are addicted to drugs. So this is not a thing that was not there before. It was there before, and we also have some things that we lost. And at the end of the day, the human minds, they could not be able to reconnect with us. This is the same story that is in Brazil right now. This is the same story that is in South America. All these places, it was an attack. They did not just come accidentally to those drugs, but those drugs, they were spread purposely so as to make that those people must be occupied. Okay, now here is the next one. It comes from the South Americas, from the highlands of Peru. Just excuse me, just excuse me. Now this one is called Maka. Now Maka as a person would say, I am Maka, the vibrant root from the highlands of Peru. The Andes Mountains are my cradle, where the air is thin but life is rich. My family has fueled warriors, energized lovers, and strengthened farmers. I am vitality itself, a natural energizer and balancer. Humans loved me for my ability to fuel their bodies and uplift their spirits. Now I hope to reignite that spark and bring balance back into their lives. Guys, can we guess where do we find this in our products? Is there someone who can guess where we find it in our products?
Maybe GTS?
Say that again.
Maybe GTS?
Yes, GTS is a good guess. I agree that GTS is a good guess. And then what is the other one?
Grow.
The RNA is
It says that it's a natural energizer. And it also says that it brings vitality, to those who are intimate.
Power for women.
Yes. Power.
I'm talking about the Ashwagandha, the first one from the first slide.
Ashwagandha, yes. Okay, all right. The Indian ginseng, okay. That is also found in the sexual vitality and the intimacy as well. And then the marker is also the same as that one. So it's very important for us to understand, how these things are developed and how they survive. Because in the places where they survive, that makes them to carry that healing power of their own survival. So that is the story of Maka. And then the other one, which is the sixth one in the meeting that attended this meeting, is the aloe, African white aloe. And then it says, greetings, I'm African white aloe, born from the arid land of Africa, that is the deserts. My family thrives in the harshest conditions, drawing strength from the sun. I cleanse toxins, strengthen immunity, and I offer healing to the weary bodies. Humans once revered me as a purifier and a protector, but in their quest for convenience, they have forgotten my power. I'm here to remind them that simplicity heals and to offer my essence to cleanse their lives. Most of the Africans, they understand the aloe. Can you tell me what is the aloe in your own language?
Lekhala.
Yes.
Likhala.
Ngesixhosa, likhala. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Now, this is you know yesterday we read about the aloe that in the eyes it is there because it heals the wounds, but at the same time the aloe is surviving in the desert. Can you see how it looks like? It means that it has got the ability to keep water for a long time. So therefore it is the humidifier, with the aloe. When it comes into your body, you won't have the problem of constipation. Now, that is the aloe. And then after the aloe, we have the three that are coming after the aloe. Let's check them. We have what is called the goji berry. And it says, hi, I'm Goji, the red jewel of Eurasia. Though my heart lies in the Tibetan mountains, I am a berry packed with antioxidants and hope. My family has fed monks, sustained wanderers, and brightened the tables of the wise. Humans once cherished me for my ability to protect and rejuvenate their cells. Now I long to shield them from the harm they inflict upon themselves and rekindle their vitality. There is a history behind these herbs. These herbs, they carry more history than the one that we carry. Then comes the next one, which is the amla. Okay. Is there anyone who can guess the goji berry? Where is it from? Okay, let me not give you a trouble of guessing. We will continue, and then as we continue, maybe you will be able to see them. And then the amla, it says, hello, I am Amla, the Indian gooseberry. I hail from the forests of India, where I grew up as the favorite child of the traditional medicine. Rich in vitamin C, I've been the guardian of immunity and the keeper of health. Humans used to turn to me to strengthen their bodies and renew their spirits, but they have replaced me with artificial remedies. I hope to return to their lives, bringing natural resilience back into their homes. All right. Then we come to the devil's claw, the liberator. Amla is the immunity builder. And then He says, I'm the devil's claw, a hardy herb from the deserts of Southern Africa. My family thrives in the sands of Namibia and Botswana, where survival is our art. I am known for easing pain, especially in the joints, restoring freedom of movement. Humans once sought me for relief from their burdens, but they have forgotten my touch, chained by discomfort. I am here to help them move freely once again in body and spirit. And we know for the longest time how, the Sen, Abatwa, Barwa, Basarwa, how those people used to, use this devil's claw, though it does not have the most beautiful of the names for the musculoskeletal strength. Now, we will go to the other one which we did yesterday. These are just the characters that are going to be building our story this afternoon. Now, the last one will be the licorice root. And I've been told that licorice is spelled differently from one place to another. Others, they spell it with a Q. Most of us, we know it with a Q. Now, licorice says, I am licorice, the sweet root from the lands of Asia and the Mediterranean. My family has delighted and soothed generations with our gentle touch. Humans loved me for my sweetness, my ability to heal sore throats and calm upset stomachs. But now their lives lack both sweetness and ease. I wish to return to bring back the joy and comfort they misplaced. Okay, now I'm turning to you. I'm saying to you, these are the products. These products are saying that their mission is planning to reunite with humans. I think as you were listening to all these products, as we gave them a personality, you can see that the fall of man is deep, as the Bible talks about the fall of man. The fall of man is very deep. The separation of men with herbs is one of the most painful stories that are never told. We have separated with that which unites us. The herbs, by nature, they are a tool of uniting mankind. People who are not using herbs, they fight all the time. People who are not using herbs, they've got hatred. They are angry all the time. People who are not using herbs, they have removed in their bodies that part of them, because herbs are part of us. Our bodies are made of herbs. Everything that you heard the herbs carry, we carry inside us. But the fallen nature has made us to separate with the herbs. And the story that is being built here is saying we are hoping that we are going to use this Christmas time as the time of reuniting with the human families. And as they are coming home to meet each other, we are aware that because of our absence, only 20% of them are doing a homecoming now. The 80% does not do a homecoming. How many of us today, I'm talking about me, we have, if you hear, I'm always saying to leader Mkaya, because we identify ourselves as coming from the same place. But you know what? The people that are coming from, maybe I will say in Eastern Cape, where I come from, they will come from the same village. But as soon as they come here to work, then their mentality changes. They don't see each other here for the whole 12 months, and yet they are just 1 hour apart from each other. They only meet each other in the buses when they are going to Eastern Cape, in the Intercape. Now, do you see the absence of herbs, what it has done to humanity? Herbs are a character of humanity. The things that I'm sharing with you here, these are human characters. All these things that these herbs have spoken of themselves, those are the characters of a human being. Now, the painful thing is that the herbs, they never lost that character, but we have lost it. And as a result, we have taken the herbs out of our table. We have replaced the herbs with processed meats. Our tables during Christmas, they will be full of processed meats. They will be full of alcohol. They will be full of, anything that is processed. They will be full of oils, fatty things. That's what will be full in our tables. They will be full of sugar because we have lost the knowledge of what tastes good. Even our tongue, we can no longer know what tastes good. We don't know what tastes good anymore. We have been domesticated. We have been shaped to think sugar tastes good. We no longer can differentiate between, this kind of herb and that one by just biting them and feel the taste of the herbs. Our tongue has lost that ability. And that shows that we are a fallen people. We are truly a fallen people. And this is just still the introduction of all those, the ashwagandha, the chamomile, the turmeric, the ginkgo biloba, the maca, the African white aloe, which is the purifier, the goji berry, the amla, the devil's claw, the licorice, and the mission. This is just a repetition of that. And I'm saying to you today, as the people of APLGO, at least just have 10 major herbs that you know of by heart. When I was in Ghana, the cooking there, when they cook, oh, you will love their cooking. With us here, when you look at the group of vegetables we have today, when you go to ShopRite, when you go to Pick and Pay, because that's the only place that gives us vegetables. I think the group of vegetables we have today is about 30. I don't know from your head how many vegetables do you bring in your home. But when I spend time in Ghana, those people have got more than 200 kinds of vegetables, and they know them off by heart. They know them off by heart, and when they cook, cooking is a special thing, just like prayer. Because cooking to them is just like a pharmaceutical experience. When you cook there in Ghana, it's like you're going to a pharmacy. It's like you're going to a church. And the people who are cooking, they have been trained to understand the personality of each vegetable they cook. And this also I have seen with the people in India, that the Hindu people, when they cook, even how they are even trained how their emotions must be when they cook. Because whatever emotions they carry, they will be transferring them to that food. They are so one and so united with the herbs, because that's what most of these vegetables are. And I watched them, I was amazed. And they take each and every vegetable and herb, they put them, and as they talk to the little girls, they tell them even stories about these herbs. Now that means we have fallen. That means we have fallen. We have fallen, just like what the Bible talks about, the falling away of mankind, the falling away from Eden. That means we have really fallen. That is where we are right now. We had the fallout with the herbs, and we drifted apart from the herbs. We drifted apart from them. Well, there are many reasons why we drifted apart from the herbs. We will not politicize this thing, but you remain responsible. Why did you drift away from the herbs? The herbs, they carry the words, they carry the character, they carry the lifestyle. And when you drift away from the herbs, it's just like when you're drifting away from the Bible. When you drift away from them. And to us, we have made this thing to be, just a natural thing. Nothing is wrong. But the truth is, we had a golden era, which for centuries, the herbs and the humans, they coexisted in harmony. Even the gifts that were given, there was an exchange, which were the herbs. There was a harmonious relationship between people and the herbs. And the people who are selling whatever they sell to us today, they pray that we must not come back to the herbs. When I lost my medical aid, when you are working either for government or for an employer, they will keep you hooked to them with the medical aid. When you lose it, it's like your life is gone. It's like you lose your life. But the first time in 2008, when I had to face a life without medical aid, it was like, I'm sent to prison. There are some people living amongst us here. If you say they are going to lose their medical aid, they would rather die. But it was then that the journey to me was made understood that, if you can always make sure that in the house you have ginger, if you can always make sure, that in the house there are certain herbs that you will always keep in the house, you have the whole pharmacy that is with you in the house. And from that time, I had to learn the herbs because I knew that if I don't take care of myself, I will be a frequent visitor of the hospital. I'm saying this because the herbs, they want to come back home. They have this meeting. They want to come back home. Because, you see, what happened is that when there was this falling away, there was a great divide. This modernization, and the artificial solutions that we have, the fast food, this and that and that, there was a great divide that made us to fall away from the herbs. This synthetic medicine, which is good, but it was a sign that we have fallen away from something that matters a lot, and there was a lot of stress that was created in the meantime. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be making this story this afternoon, and these are the points. And like the 3 minutes that you listened to yesterday, I know that the people who actually attended that meeting, they appreciated it because they knew what were the characters behind that 3-minute story that is there. Now, in this falling away, there was a pain of separation. The humans, they grew sicker and more disconnected. We are more sick today, and we hate each other more. And the more sick we are today, the lesser we visit one another. We used to have 90% of people going back for Christmas. Christmas is just a symbol of family coming together, because biblically, there is a lot of questionable thing about who was born where. But that day, most of the people, they decided to use it as a time of coming together, just like the time of Thanksgiving. But today, because of separating with the herb, we have separated with ourselves. Now, the story that we are going to build here, it's about the United Council of Herbs. They are going to strategize their return, how they are going to come back to humanity in the next 10 days, in the next 15 days. They are planning to re-enter the earth. They are planning to re-enter their homes so that they can be welcome, not only the Christmas tree in their home, but also the herbs. They want to be welcome again. And the strategy that in this meeting they're going to use, they are going to approach a sponsor by the name of Kulikov. And they are going to say, we need you to help us. Because people, they only love sweets. They only love what is sweet. They no longer want anything bitter. You will have to help us. Put us in something that can be acceptable in these tables. Because if anybody is putting a raw herb there in the table, he's accused that he's a witch. If I can put any raw herb on the table during Christmas, they will say that, one lawyer. Then they say, with your sponsor and with APLGO, please help us with that technology so that we can go back to the people and give us some flavor. Put some flavor so that people will not recognize that it is us, because they have been, they have been processed that they can no longer taste our presence. They can no longer enjoy. The intimacy between us and them is gone. We used to be intimate with them, but that intimacy is gone. There is a great divide now. We need you to help us to reconnect us with them. Because the only thing they love now is something sweet. But then we are also asking, please, put us in a natural sweetener, which is from our own, tribes, because we do have our sweeteners as well. Don't use those sweeteners that are killing them. Just have a way of bringing us together and put us in those tables so that we can also be able to reach out to the children who are taking one cracker after another, one cake after another, one sweet after another. This was the greatest plan, because they say, we tried to return as pills, but we were not accepted. We tried to return to them as liquids, but we were not accepted. We tried to return as powder, but they didn't accept us. Now we want to do a major return. This is going to be the biggest return ever. And we know that these are people who believe in Father Christmas and Santa. But we don't believe that those elves of Santa will be able to take us back to those people. We need some serious people who are going to take us back to them. And we need you to help us with those people. Now, this is the decision that they came to, that the grand return will be held during the festive season. Let us use that time of the festive season to go back, and we must go back in numbers. And we're hoping that those who will be taking us there will not disappoint us. Now, this takes us to the new helpers of the quote-unquote Santa. And those helpers that are there today, the modern day Santas, that are supposed to deliver us to those people, they are called the distributors. And they are going to use a system that is called multi-level marketing. They are going to distribute us back to those tables. And they are going to do this worldwide. And they are going to carry a message of healing and unity. And we want them to know us, because if they don't know us, they will not have anything that is going to be a drive in them to distribute us. But if they know who we are, they will be driven. They will not rest. They will not sleep. They will make sure that these people must receive these herbs. Please, just make sure that they know us. Because if they don't know us, they won't even use us and appreciate us. Now, the biggest attack today is for the distributor of this great herb not to appreciate the herb. The biggest attack that we have today is that those who were meant to be the distributor of this great herb to unite again with the people has become the red tape. He has become the obstacle. In the gate that they are hoping to come in that township, the problem now is that the distributor is standing at the gate, refusing them entry. That is something which is not in the story. That is what I'm just observing. But I'm hoping that in understanding this story, talking to the distributors now, personalize this story. See the importance of this story, see the urgency of this story. And I'm hoping that as I'm going to send this story, I will be talking to you as well, not only to the one who must receive this herb. You see, the reason why I am doing this as a storytelling to you, it's because I'm trying to build a mindset that what you are carrying is life, what you are carrying is serious. The Bible says to us, where is your first love? You have lost your first love. There was a time when you used to carry the message of healing, running with joy, knocking from one place to another, not even being transactional, but just being relational. But today, that message that you carry, you have put transaction in it, and you are no longer relational. You have lost the first love. The hope that these herbs are having today, that were in this meeting, the ones that attended this meeting, they are hoping that the distributor will not let them down because they want to ease stress, they want to boost immunity. They know that if these things are not there, humans will hate each other. We are hating each other because mentally we are not well. That is why I'm saying that in the East, the only way to attack them, because it was very difficult to attack them, they had to throw as many drugs to them as possible. Thank God they have recovered. We're hoping that the South Americas will recover. We're hoping that South Africa will recover as well. Because I tell you, in my age where I am right now, I tell you, and I think, as I say, it's not meant to politicize it. Before, we didn't have so many drug abusers. Don't ask me before what. But there is this hope from any evil person that let's keep them drunk, let's keep them, let's keep them, high and drunk. And let's keep him laid back. And when it is Christmas, it must be the time of drunkenness. It must be the time of using the drugs as much as possible. It must be the time of being laid back. But we are coming with a new era. We are coming with an era where we are saying the partnership between herbs, the distributors, and this technology of APLGO is going to make the herb to come disguised in a way that even a child will be able to love the herb again. In a way that even the old person will be able to enjoy the herb again. That even the people who can't swallow, whose throats are so clogged they can't swallow, as long as they put it in their mouth, this will go through the veins and arrive and do healing where it's supposed to do healing. Now, I am coming back to you to say we need to educate each other through the stories as in the olden days. Because the days of the herbs, they were the days of stories. They were the days of parables. They were the days of what is now called the myth or the legend or this and the argument that was not true. You know, this. No, these were parables. They were meant to give you an emotionalized education, not just a mentalized education. The mentalized education of the employer that wants to know whether you understand what you are supposed to do in that employment. The mentalized education of the government that wants to know that now that you have moved from your country to this country, you understand what it means to be patriotic in our country. No, this is, this is something that you carry as a belief inside. When you educate yourself through a belief, that means you put it to the emotion and make it a signature inside. We believe that with us today who are still here. I was talking to my niece day before yesterday, and she says, Uncle, now that mom is going on leave, and now that Pa is also going on leave, are we going to have those times when you will also be on leave and we are going to do a lot of things, play together and all that? I say, yes and no. They will be on leave, but there is something called essential workers. When there are accidents, we need ambulances that will go there. You know, we need the traffic policing that are going to make sure that there is safety. We still need people who are called essential workers that are going to make sure that all the other people are enjoying their holidays. Even at the beach, we need those people that are the lifesavers. I say to her, I am an essential worker from APLGO. That's my work. I'm an essential worker. And I'm hoping that the people who keep on coming in these meetings are essential workers. Essential workers, when there is a strike, they don't go to strike. Essential workers, look, today even people of Pick and Pay are essential workers. People of ShopRite, they are essential workers. People of Amazon today, they are essential workers. You know, people of Take a Lot, they are essential workers because they want to make sure that you enjoy your time, whether you are on holiday, whether you want food or this or that. I hope this story, as we will be taking it this afternoon, in a 3-minute summary, it will be impactful more than the one of yesterday, because yesterday we were still learning how to put a story together. And this is where I'm ending with my story to you. And if there are any questions, I will open up for those questions. If there are any comments, I will open up for those comments. But this is the story that I'm hoping to build today. I'm hoping to build this story today. And I have purposed myself that I will carry ingredients in me that are unfailing ingredients, just like these herbs. These herbs, they come a long way to be in my hands. They come a long way to be in my hands, and I'm not gonna, disappoint the mission of these herbs. So that is my story today. That is where I end, and thank you for being part of the story. And I've noticed you today that you prefer to be quieter and listen to the story more than anything else. You're not prepared to talk today, which is still fine. Do we have any questions?
Leader, can I say something? I was not here yesterday, so I listened to the story. I watched it, but it's it's amazing how impactful it is, because for me, it's made me, every time I post something, I want to think out of the box. I want to think different, and this is a great way. Thank you for helping us to give different content, but content that will make people take notice and understand how great these products are and amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to give the last part of how these herbs are hoping to have you help them reach out to as many people as possible. And I'm reading their stories of their meeting that they held as they are closing here. And this is their story. The strategist, which is Ashwagandha, says we must return by speaking the language humans understand today. Efficiency, convenience, and results. Acumullit SA technology is our chariot. Its ability to preserve our essence is bioavailable form. That's how we'll ensure that humans feel our presence quickly and deeply once more. Each of us must present not just our strengths, but how we work together to heal holistically. Now listen to the chamomile. Chamomile says, our first act must be to soothe their overwhelmed minds. Stress has become their closest companion, leaving little room for us. Products like RLX are key to this. Let me pave the way with relaxation so their hearts can open to the rest of you. When humans rediscover the calm I offer, they will be ready to embrace the rest of us. Now, Turmeric says, he raises his hand, then he says, I will address the inflammation ranging within them. Through SLD and my anti-inflammatory properties, I can bring back the ease of movement. Once they feel the physical relief I provide, they will recognize our value and welcome us as guardians of their vitality. Now, Jinko Biloba, the guide, he agrees. He said, I will step in next. With air and its respiratory benefits, I will sharpen their focus and help them breathe easier, both physically and mentally. Clarity of mind will help them see that they need us more than they realize. Maka, the energizer, says, with GRW, I will reignite their energy and boost their immunity. When they feel my strength coursing through them, they'll start to trust us and to trust us again to sustain their daily battles. African White Aloe, the purifier. These are his closing, convictions. Says, they are filled with toxins, both physically and emotional. Through HPR, I will cleanse their systems and prepare them for the deeper healing that comes when all of us are united in their lives. Now, goji berries, the protector, he smiles warmly and he says, my antioxidants delivered through ice will protect their cells from the damage they have been ignoring. I'll show them that we are not just healers, but we are protectors, here to defend them from harm. Amla, the rejuvenator, steps forward and says, with HPY, I will show them joy and resilience. I will build their immunity, reminding them of what it feels like to thrive, not just survive. Once they experience true vitality again, they will never turn away from us. Devil's Claw, the liberator, pounds the table and say, I will free them from their chains of pain. Through STP, I'll bring relief and show them that life can move without stiffness, without restrictions. Freedom will remind them of our importance. Now, Licorice closes, says, finally, I'll bring sweetness back into their lives. Through my role in HRT, I will soothe their hearts and bodies, showing them that nature's sweetness is far richer than artificial comforts. So that is as they come to agreement. And the story is long. The story is long, but I hope as I close it here, you also are part of the people who attended that meeting, which was attended by the herbs. And with this, I'm just saying thank you for attending. Do we have any question or last comments? Let's look at the comments that are saying, okay. Okay, Pinky says that she loved it and she caught up with it later. Okay, Pauline is not with us today. She's counting the assignment that came. And Pinky says this was very educational. We have developed a tendency of thinking about herbs only when we are sick. Thank you, leader. Okay, so that is where we end today. We are going to create our movie, Flora, which is a story of its kind. You are too much leadership. Okay, Leader Jacobs. Leader Vanto, can I be excused for not joining? I'm in a board meeting. Okay, no, that is fine. Okay, leaders, let me go and make my story and let me make it available later. And thank you for attending. And I'm also going to make this link available. And I'm not sure if Leaders Bongile just arrived, but don't worry, we have recording for you.
Hello, hi, my leader.
Yes, welcome.
Oh, my leader, I was just listening.
Okay.
Although I'm heading to Ermelo to work,
Yes.
so I'm on